Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another day where we talk all things real estate investing, investing in the stock market, and creating your own business and creating a financial legacy and financial empowerment. If you like this content, please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. Leave some comments below, and please subscribe to the channel so you'll get notified whenever new videos are updated. All right, so let's get into today's content. So today I want to talk to you briefly about, as you can see from my backdrop, my surroundings, I'm concluding a business travel trip that I have down at Virginia Beach as a consultant. The thing that's awesome about that is I get to do a lot of things in my life because of the flexibility that I have. Guys, I was disciplined in my younger years. As I've told you before, I spent time in the military, and actually this is where I got my military start, here in Virginia Beach. So this is kind of like a second home to me. I really enjoyed my time down here. I enjoyed the things that I learned, the discipline, the hard work, the service that came with being a part of the military. And as time went on, my knowledge began to grow, my experience began to grow, and I got to a place where I could translate that knowledge and experience into financial income. How do you might say, how did you do that? How do you translate time and experience into financial income? You take the knowledge, guys, you take the discipline that you have, and for me, I applied it to research in real estate, I applied it to research in the stock market, and I applied it to being organized and efficient enough to start my own business. So that's one thing that you always got to keep in mind, that whatever knowledge or whatever experience that you gain, that you have, you can turn that into something that can benefit you financially down the road. So never take for granted if you find yourself in a new challenge, a new opportunity to learn something that might further benefit or enhance your experiences later on down the road. So guys, while I'm here traveling, I was looking at one of the headlines today, and the headline talked about, it was Elon Musk. You guys know who Elon Musk is. He is the founder and CEO of Tesla, and he also owns Twitter, SpaceX. The guy's into a lot of things. He's one of the most richest men on earth, right? Elon Musk. So he had a recent interview, and in the interview he was talking about the current interest rates, and that we need to really brace and prepare for the next year ahead because of the interest rate environment that we're finding ourselves in. We have the highest Federal Reserve fund rate that we've had in over 16 years. And he was saying that basically we have to prepare. We have to be prepared for unstable roads, for uncertainty, for a hard financial climate. And as I was reading that article, guys, one of the things that I began to think about is, how do you secure yourself? How do you brace yourself when tough financial storms arise, when there's economic uncertainty, when everyone else is in a crisis or a panic? What are some things that you can do to help preserve yourself, preserve your assets, and maintain your standard of living, or possibly increase your standard of living, right? As I began to think about that, there's no other way to do that than to diversify your income streams, whether it be investing in real estate, whether it be investing in the stock market, and whether it be creating your own business. I talked a little bit about how with this consulting job that I have, it gives me a W-2 income. God, there's nothing wrong with having a W-2 income if you have other support mechanisms, if you have other income streams to supplement that W-2 income. Just imagine what it would potentially be like if I only had my W-2 income. Now, I'm not knocking that at all, guys. We all have to, having a W-2 income is not a bad thing, right? That's how we pay a lot of our bills. That's how we survive. That's how we do the things that we need to do in life, all right? But what I am saying is not to get too comfortable and not to get stuck with only having a W-2 income. Because the reason being is because in times that we find ourselves in now, when interest rates are going up, guess what? Your employer is only going to pay you a certain dollar amount. He's only going to give you a certain amount of money, but you might be able to get a 1 or 2, 3% raise here or there. You might be able to get a bonus here or there, or maybe you might get a promotion. But guys, what I found out is those promotions, those raises, and those increases, oftentimes they don't really do a whole lot to keep up with the rate of inflation. So we find ourselves going to the store or going to the gas pumps, and we're finding out that the price of food and commodities are a lot higher than what they were, and I'm only getting a certain amount of paycheck, right? So the question becomes, inflation is going up. How do I get my income to increase? How do I get my income to go up and keep up with the price of inflation? Guys, the only way to do that is you got to have some diversified streams, whether it be investing in real estate, investing in the stock market, owning your own business. Having a diversified stream is a way that you can offset those interest rates and those inflation increases. Guys, we got to be able to stay ahead of the game. We got to be able to keep up with the economic uncertainties, the hard times that could potentially be coming ahead. We have to always be planning and strategizing, okay, how am I going to make the most out of an opportunity? How can I make the most out of an investment? People will say, okay, John, I don't think investing in the stock market right now is a good idea. I might beg to differ a little bit, because a lot of the companies, the S&P 500, a lot of these blue chip companies that we look at every day that are down in value right now, you look at these companies that have been around for 50, 70, close to 100 years sometimes, and they have sustained turbulent times in previous history. And if you go back and you look at those stocks closely, I'm not going to say always, but they tend to rebound, to bounce back. So if you're putting money in those companies today, if you're investing a certain amount of money every week, every month, or whatever your timetable is, when the value is currently down, guess what? You're really buying those companies on sale. And over time, as the value begins to increase, guys, that's the way to wealth. That's the path to millionaire status. So let me give you another example. I got a friend who I've known for a number of years, and actually previously he was a real estate contractor. He came in and he would subcontract for me. He would do maintenance on a house that I was rehabbing. He had an extensive Rolodex of contractors, electricians, plumbers, roofers that I could call on him to hire those people to do my real estate projects. Guys, about a year and a half ago, he came up to me and he said, "Hey man, I'm getting ready to buy a van, a cargo van, and I'm going to start my own van business." I said, okay, that sounds like a pretty good deal. I didn't really know a whole lot about it at the time, but it was something that he seemed really passionate about, and he got into it. Guys, lo and behold, I recently touched base with him, and I asked him, I said, "How is the van business doing?" He said, "Man, it is phenomenal." He said the income that I'm making after I'm able to pay my expenses is not only enough to support my family, but I was able to give up the contracting business and do the van business full time. And he was looking to hire other drivers and buy additional vans. So guys, I saw that as an opportunity to potentially invest in what he was doing, okay? Because it's almost like a franchise. It's like a Chick-fil-A or a McDonald's or Wendy's. He's already got a process in place. He's already got contracts. He's already got vendors. He already knows how the operation should operate. And by knowing that, I told him, I said, now, hey, I think you're at a prime time where you could probably bring other investors on and help them monetize their assets in that type of a business. Guys, so there are all things out there. We just have to look around and see where there's a need. And guys, what I notice is There are so many needs out there. How many of you gone into a restaurant recently, and it's every restaurant you go into, they got a sign that says help, the help wanted, service needed. How many times have you gone to maybe the car repair place, or to order parts, or to go to the store, and things are not stocked the way that they were? The lines are longer. There are more automated and self-checkout, guys. This is just a sign of the time that we're living in. There are needs all around us. And guys, with the mentality that we have as entrepreneurs and investors, one of the things that we do is we look for ways to solve those needs. Guys, if you can identify a problem and you come up with a solution and a strategy to remedy that problem, you will be successful. You will be successful. And that brings me back to the point of today's video. Again, here I am, hanging out on the beach this morning before I go in and attend a couple of meetings, offer some solutions, offer some strategies. And guys, then I get to go back home today and I get to focus more on my real estate business. I get to, unfortunately, I'm not gonna say unfortunately because it's a good thing. I got corporate taxes coming up, so I got some filing to do. I got some accounting, some bookkeeping that I got to update and submit. So guys, but that's all a part of having your own business. Having your own business offers you flexibility. What do you mean by flexibility? Look around me right now. Here I am walking on the beach where a lot of people may be worried about the Federal Reserve rate or a recession or whatever may be coming up. But guys, if you got income and you got capital to be able to invest, those things are, I'm not saying that they don't get on your radar, but they are not as much of a worry, because guys, with worry comes stress. With stress comes frustration and potentially health issues and everything. And guys, we don't want that in our life. We don't want stress and worry and health issues in our lives, guys. We want to be able to identify opportunities, put those opportunities in place, and to be able to capitalize on those opportunities. So again, that's what this channel is all about. Now, I'm just happy. I'm blessed today that I'm able to just breathe the air that I'm breathing, to just enjoy the blessings and the benefits that God has afforded me. And guys, I invite you guys to come on the journey with me. Let's partner in this journey and let's become accountable to one another. Again, guys, I'm nobody special. I came from very humble beginnings. I didn't have a whole lot of options. But one thing that I was taught, what was instilled into me, was hard work definitely pays off. And I know that might seem like an outdated term because, a lot of people don't want to work hard anymore. But hey, I promise you this. If you put the work in early, if you do what nobody else is doing early, later on, you'll be able to live like no one else can live. Think about that. If you do what no one else is doing when you're young and when it's early, when you're older and when it's later, you'll be able to live like nobody else lives. That's a guarantee, guys. Because as I said, with that experience comes knowledge. With that knowledge comes opportunity. And that's all we're talking about, guys. In this channel, we're just talking about how to maximize and how to take advantage of the opportunities that we're given. Let me know what you think of this content. Leave me some suggestions. Leave me some comments below. And then always, please continue to like and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. And guys, remember, faith without works is dead. If you got faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. You can do great things in your life. Your territory will be expanded. Your borders will be enlarged. All you got to do, guys, is believe it and walk in it. So guys, go out and walk in your potential. Go out and walk into your faith and walk into those blessings. We'll talk to you next time. See you later.